Joining me right now, Republican Congressman from Texas, Brian Babin. Good to have you here, Congressman.
Great to be with you, Trish.
Getting to the finish line here. How much confidence do you have in this whole thing happening?
Well, I just heard my my Texas colleague, Senator Cornyn, and he's saying a truism. It's a fragile bill that they passed. But there are some differences between the two, but I feel very confident that we're going to be able to get this thing worked out and give badly needed tax reform and relief to the American people and the job creators.
Congressman, there's definitely some differences between the two. You think about the number of tax brackets, for example, the difference in property tax deductions, and on and on. What are the biggest sticking points for you? In other words, when you look at these two bills side by side, and we get a nice little graphic up there for our viewers to see that highlights some of the distinctions between the two, what is it that you see on the Senate side that you really want fixed?
Well, I think certainly the tax break for job creators who are corporations. In the Senate version, it doesn't take place until 2019. I would certainly like to see that take place in 2018. I think this is something badly needed. We need to create some jobs. We need to raise paychecks and give the American people the benefit of our job creators on the corporate side. The advantage that would likely happen when they get this in 2018 rather than 2019.
Congressman, I agree with you. I think it's actually not good, not healthy for the economy to delay the tax cut, because my fear, Congressman, is that no one's going to do anything until 2019, because that's when they get their tax cut. And I worry about the effect on our overall economy if businesses sort of sit on their hands and say, we'll wait until 2019.
I cannot agree more. Certainly, just the advantage. It's been so long, 1986, since we've had really true tax reform. The tax code has just gotten so convoluted, so long. It's twice as long as the Bible and none of the good news. And we certainly have to have tax reform. We got to give the American people something that they can see an advantage to in 2018. I'm not here saying that it's a political advantage or anything like that, but certainly we want people to see it next year. Those are the midterm elections. Let them see that the the Republican-controlled House and Senate are doing the job that they were elected to do, and that is give tax relief, badly needed tax relief, to the American people.
One of the things you guys keep talking about, and I hear you, tax relief to the American people. That said, I look at this bill and I think, and there's nothing wrong with this, by the way, I'm all for corporate tax relief, because the corporations and small businesses are the ones that employ us all. So you need them to do well. And it certainly helps the stock market as well. But Congressman, everyone's out there trying to sell it as a middle-class tax relief package. And yeah, it's a little relief. Maybe you get $1,000 more in your pocket as an average family. But the reality is, sir, middle class doesn't actually pay most of the taxes.
Well, we want to have more money in the pockets of American citizens. But on top of that, we have to have some growth. We've got to have growth. We've already seen, just with his pen and his telephone and the bully pulpit, the president has caught this economy on fire again. And we've got 1.5 million people who are employed now, more than that were when he took office. We've got high after high in the stock market. We've got a lot of optimism out there. Housing is doing much better. And so I think if we can get some real tax reform and relief, we're going to see some true growth, some 3 to 4%. Who knows, even more than that. We have a $20 trillion+ national debt. We've got the longest recession in history, I think, since the Great, actually it may be since the Great Depression, or even more than that. And this is going to give, we're going to have to grow our way out of these problems, and that's the way we're going to do it. We can't cut spending, we can't increase taxes to get ourselves out of it.
Well, maybe eventually we can cut some spending, right? But I hear you on growing your way out of this thing, because we need better economic growth, and certainly we've seen in the last 8 years, and we're starting to get it. So, Congressman, I wish you lots of luck. Good to have you here today.
Thank you, Trish. God bless. Merry Christmas.
Yes, same to you, sir.